What up, people? I had a crazy weekend. Crazy weekend. Friday, I had to go to work at Domino's. Didn't want to be there. And so it was going to be crazy busy. It really wasn't. Wasn't at all. I made like $61. But the crazy thing on that was, so it was around 9 o'clock. I had to be at work till 12 o'clock. I know it was dead slow. We had like 3-4 drivers. And I was like, texting my boss, hey, since we got so many people here, you mind if I leave early? I'm only working 2 days, so I mean, like, it's not like I'm making any money or anything. And so yeah, I was like, what's up? And finally, when I was walking in, he said, Darrick's not taking anymore. He's about to leave. He told me I gotta pay him like $55 or something like that. It was like all my money. I was left with like $16. 16. I said, oh hell, I'm about to quit this place, because if I'm only making $16 and I work like 4 or 5 hours, and it was supposed to be so busy, but it wasn't. And I wanted to go and do Uber. I wanted to drive my Uber because it had surges everywhere. $20, $30, $12. Oh, Darrick had to go get me some of that. Darrick had to go get some of that. And as soon as I got one, I had one for like, I want to say like $42 or something like that. And my boss said, hey, I owe you money. You damn right you owe me money. You damn right you owe me money. Came back there and he said, you know you was kind of short, so I owe you a whole lot more money. At the end, I made like $61. Still, $61 in like 4 or 5 hours. I'm making $41 in less than a half an hour. So I texted the lady, said, hey, don't cancel. I'm gonna be right there to pick you up. And I drove to Bristol. 2 lovely ladies that was going to a Halloween party in Hartford. And oh no, my bad. No, it wasn't Hartford, wrong people. It was going to New Haven. So it was all cool. It was jamming with the music, let the vape a little bit, I don't care. Doing everything. Got to New Haven. Oh my goodness. I got pictures. I'm gonna see if I can post the pictures after this video. But man, I think it was videos or pictures. I'm not really sure. I don't remember. It was over Friday. It's Monday. But so much traffic. And then I had a private client text me and say, hey, how far are you? I need a ride. I said, hey, I'm like an hour away. I still got to charge. Where you want to go? He's like, you know any clubs? Do you know anything? Blah, 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 blah. My friend just came from Massachusetts. We want to go somewhere. I said, honey, I got to charge before I could go back out there. And it's going to be a good hour and a half. Let me just put it like that. She's like, okay, no. I could tell she was drunk. These girls came. They're like, hey, can we just be left here? We can walk the rest of the way. I said, sure. Still paid the $41, but now I'm stuck in like half an hour of traffic. And there was so much booty out there. People were not wearing no drawers, wearing like Tinkerbell and all these other type of outfits. I'm pretty sure I had videos of it, and matter of fact, I will attach it to the end of this video, just to give you an idea. So please disregard the things I may or may not have said in some of these videos. But you know, it was late night and I didn't sleep much. So then after I dropped them off, I went to charge. I took a video of me charging my car, showing the clientele, hey, I'm charging my car. Give me your destination. I'll pick you up at 2 a.m. in Hartford. Well, I never got a message from her. So after that, I got a little hungry. I knew that Raising Cane closed at like 1 o'clock, and it was like 12:48. So I hurried my ass out to Milford, and Got me some Raisin Cane. All I got was a 3-piece. I got like a box, something like that. 3 box, whatever. 3 chicken and some fries and a 22-ounce fruit punch. And then I turned it on again. Had to pick up someone from Stratford for another $36. I was killing it that night. So I picked them up in Stratford. It was a young black couple, and I drove them to Stanford. Had a nice conversation throughout the time. I think his lady was like half asleep. Got to Stanford, and then I dropped them off, and then I picked up people from downtown Stanford, where the library is, where all the clubs are at. Now they were lit, but it wasn't lit like New Haven. New Haven was like packed lit, and I picked up these guys, 3 guys and a girl from Wilton. And I said, oh man, you're the only girl with these 3 guys? And she said, oh, my boyfriend is at my house with his sister. They were talking a whole bunch of junk and stuff. And and then the guy next to me was wearing a hot dog suit. So they didn't say much. And I believe they gave me a tip. But it was a good drive. Went there. Then I had a couple of people, a couple of Ubers send me requests for like Stanford to Danbury. They cancel. Wilton to New Milford. They cancel. Finally, I got one from Norwalk to Wilton. So go with me again. So I went to Norwalk. It was a guy and a girl. And girl said, damn, I'm paying for everything. Guy was like, you need to shut the hell up. I said, ooh, I'm not gonna mess with this. This is arguing. I better get a nice little tip. But I didn't get no tip right there. But I took them by the DMV, dropped them off near the storage facility, further down where the Wilton Norwalk line was, past Chipotle. And I said, okay, this is a little lit. And what happened after that? Had one more trip in Norwalk, and then then I had to pick up. Then I picked up another girl from Norwalk to Nuggatuck. Another $33. So I was like, heck yeah. So I had it on autopilot the whole time. So I didn't touch the steering wheel, but a few times, when they asked you to touch the steering wheel, did that. She was really cool. She said this was her first time in the Tesla. She enjoyed it. She liked it. Gave her one of my business card too. She left her car at the train station. I guess she went on a date in Norwalk, and she didn't want to drive her car just in case she was drinking. Admirable. But then, of course, if she's drinking, why is she going back to the train station to go get her car? But I did. Dropped her there. And then after that, I was on my way, headed home. And then I went to, instead of going home, I went to the charging station, charged one more time. And then after that, I went to downtown Waterbury, picked up this guy. It was a share ride, and I can't stand share rides. I'm gonna be honest with you. Share rides and pools or whatever, not my thing. Because he came with his girl and her cousin. And I said, yo, man, you didn't do an Uber X. You did an Uber Share. It's only supposed to be one of you. Oh, what if I give you extra? What if I give you extra? Just take my girl, forget the cousin, she get another ride. Damn, that was harsh. And so I canceled this other rider because I had like 2 other riders, so dude never gave me my extra money. He never gave me my extra money. He took one of my business cards, but he never gave me extra money. But they did leave a vape. Which, what I'm gonna do with a vape? I'm not gonna call Uber about no vape. I could care less about that. And I'm not gonna collect no $20 for it. So after that, I went back to go see if that cousin was still there. She wasn't. The police wasn't there either. So I had to call it a night. And at the end of the night, I made about $198. It's going down, but I made $198. Saturday, let the wife just do Uber Eats all night. And then we went to Olive Garden, and I had my seafood Alfredo. She had the tour Italy, which is lasagna, fettuccine, and chicken parmesan. And then she had her salad. I had my gnocchi and breadsticks. Now, I ate all my food. She didn't, so she took it home. Sunday, I started late, and it was a pretty good day. I worked. I had some really good thing. I made about $90 in about 4 hours, and then I went home because I knew I had an early morning pickup for one of my private clientels. Monday roll, had to get up at 6 o'clock. It was rough getting up 6:15 in the morning. Before I even go there, last night my mom told me, I had to fix the obituary that I sent her for my brother's funeral this coming Friday, and I still got to do some more changes. But she told me some things. I'm gonna go see her today after 6:30. So yeah. So I basically got my private client, made some money there. I had some breakfast, got my wife some breakfast, and then I just chill watching this show called DMV on TV until she was ready to go to her therapy. And then after that, I just slept in the car, let her drive, and I slept from like 9:55 to like 12 p.m. Finally, we went to her job in Enfield and dropped her off. And there I am, charging the car. It's 1:12 p.m. I'm supposed to pick her up like 2 or 3, something like that. So I might do Uber right now, I might not. I'm not trying to make this video too long, but yeah, this is my crazy week. And I still have to go to work Tuesday and Wednesday, 3 to 8 and 3 to 7. And then Thursday I took off. Friday is my brother's funeral. So my stepdaughter's coming down, and I'm picking one of my brother's friends from Danbury and bringing them there. And then of course I have to make enough money to send to my daughter and her mom so they can take an Uber to the funeral, and then just go from there. I'm not wearing a suit. I'm just wearing a black pants and a sweater. That's the way I feel most comfortable, and that's just me. Anyone else can wear how they want to wear. I might cry, I might not cry. It all depends. I haven't really cried much. I haven't really thought about my brother of his passing. I've been sitting. I did a lot of Facebook comments and stuff, posts and stuff, and it is what it is. He had a lot of friends. He was respected by a lot of people. Probably more people than he respect me, and I'm cool with that. I taught him everything he knows for the most part, and he just perfected it. He was a great man. He was a great father. He was a great friend. He was great everything. I can't say too much bad things about him. And if there were some bad things, it never need to be discussed. So I won't discuss it. But I just been keeping myself busy with work to keep my mind off for things. But on the holidays, I'm still gonna celebrate as if he was there. Give him, wish him a happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas to him. I'm keeping his name and his photo alive. I will eventually have a tattoo on my arm. My daughter wants to have one on her arm. She's only 15, but we all gonna have one just to celebrate, his life and his death. He was a big part of my daughter's life with his artistic skills. He was a big part of my mom's life because my mom is handy with her hands and they like to build things and stuff. And he was a big part of my life because it made me a better person. We had a fallout for a few years, and then his heart gave up and he was in the hospital, and all the things we used to fight for and argue meant nothing because I cared about him living, and he did die a couple times on the table. And they said he wasn't gonna get out of the hospital, but he did, and he survived. And he survived for 4.5, 5 years. And he knew, in his heart, he knew he was gonna go. He just didn't want to tell nobody that he was gonna go. And my mom knew he was gonna go eventually, and his sister knew, but no one would tell me, because I don't know if I would treat him differently or anything, but I did kind of treat him, tell him that he can't be lifting more than 5 pounds, because, you know, I didn't want him to overstrain his heart, but that's just who he was. He liked to work with his hand. He liked day labor and all that. So he did what he had to do. I even asked him about his girlfriend or fiance. I said, hey, do you really love Samantha, or what's going on? I mean, I don't really see you fight too much or anything like that, but do you see anything going on? He said, he told me he really loved her and he respects her, and he's happy that she's in his life. So I have to respect her as a person, as a brother. That I may not like everybody, but whoever he dates or whoever he was involved with, you know, I can at least, like, if you love him, I like him, you know. So not saying anything bad. I just don't want to talk to her. I don't really know her that well, even though they've been together for like 2.5 years. But my wife, she loved him, and they got along really well. And she's not saying it, but I know it's hurting her. So anyway, I don't want to make this too long, but I wish y'all a great week. I'm not sure if I will be posting anymore this week, getting ready for the funeral. But if I do, please follow, subscribe, and comment. I would greatly appreciate it. And you take care. Toodles. No underwear. It's like the Mardi Gras of fall. Halloween night. Let's go right up out here.
Turn right onto Chapel Street.
That coming everywhere.
Now turn right onto Chapel Street.